Hi, my name's Sam, also known as Sammy Sunshine, and today I'm going to do my famous Sammy Sunshine steel cut oatmeal. So displayed here we have the list of ingredients we're using. So I have the almond milk, and in the summer I love to do an almond milk or coconut milk. We have our dried steel cut oats here, such a beautiful grain. We have cinnamon, turmeric, cardamom, fresh ginger, chia seeds, and also some salt. We're going to chop up some dates and put those in the oatmeal as well, add some great sweetness. Finally, we're going to move on to the toppings here, and so I have some organic bananas. We're going to chop these up and cook some in the coconut oil, and then top with some fresh organic blueberries. Here you can see I have the steel cut oats, and these have been soaking overnight. And so some of the benefits of soaking overnight is you're going to speed up cooking time, and it's also going to be easier for your body to digest. And this is just a rule of thumb for all grains and lentils and beans. Just soak them overnight and you're going to speed up that cooking time and also make it easier for your body to digest. We'll rinse these out and get some fresh liquid in here. So to do that, we're just going to use this strainer, take it over to the sink, and we will dump out the water. So once you've drained the steel cut oats, we'll bring this pan over. We're going to want to add about a full cup of liquid. Some water, add the almond milk. Alright, and so also we're going to add these fresh spices that I showed you earlier. So I never use any measurement, I just grab it, and I do just, a couple dashes in here. That was the cinnamon. Cinnamon is a great anti-inflammatory, helps balance blood sugar, and also just really good at speeding up the metabolism as well. Here we have the turmeric, again just a couple dashes in here, and then cardamom. And oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite spices, so do a couple in here. And then I use my raw chia seeds. When you add these before they cook, it's going to absorb some of that, and it's going to just be so great for your digestion. So now that we've added all the spices, we're going to put this on the stove, put it on high because we want it to start to boil. And while that's doing that, we're going to chop up our ginger and dates so we can add that in there as well. Alright, so we're just going to turn this on high. We want it to get to a boil. I'm just going to give it a little stir here. Beautiful. And then while this heats up, let's chop up that ginger and dates. And then we can throw that in there as well. And I love the taste of ginger, so I just do a pretty diced up chop here. You can mince it, because ginger can be a little bit strong, but I love the refreshing taste of it. When you cook it, it kind of loses that really potent flavor. So that will be our ginger. And then with the dates, dates are one of my favorite things to use to add to sweeten anything. You can put them in your rice, your oatmeal, everything. They're just, oh my gosh, they're so good. Go like that. All right, and so you can see we have a boil here, and that's exactly what we want. We want that roaring boil. And when you're adding the spices, you can just take it off the heat. And we're just gonna add in this chopped ginger and dates in here. Be careful not to get any splashback. Perfect. And then we'll just put this on a low. We're just gonna put this on a 2.5, 3. You honestly just want it to simmer. Just give it another little stir. And now you just let it cook for the next 15 minutes or so. So depending on what kind of toppings you wanna do for the oatmeal, today we are doing the banana. And so with that, I'll set my timer for 12 minutes because we'll start cooking the bananas around 12 minutes. But depending on, what topping, like I said, if you're just doing blueberry topping or coconut or something, set the timer for 15 minutes. You're not gonna need to prep in that time for the cooking the bananas. So yeah, so now we'll prep our banana. This is the magical part of this oatmeal. Whenever people have the banana, when you cook it, it becomes even more caramelized, and so bananas are just so great. And so I just peel that, and I do about a 1/2 inch slice here. Try and go for a little bit more ripe bananas when you're doing this. So just cook like that. Then I'll go grab my cast iron pan. So I'm gonna get this cast iron heated up, and then I'm gonna throw some of this coconut oil on. We'll go over to the stove. All right, so we're just gonna get this on, turn it on to, about a 7.5, 8, depending on how hot your stove is. I'm just gonna let this heat up here. All right, so I'm gonna add a big spoonful of this coconut oil. It's also a really great fat for us. And so fat has kind of a mixed review from our audience, but the more fat you eat, the more fat you actually burn, especially if it's those healthy fats. So this is gonna help keep you full until lunch. And coconut oil is also anti-inflammatory, so super great for your digestion. Be generous with your spoonful and just throw it in here. And we're just gonna let that heat up. You want it to be a liquid when you put the banana in. You want that pan nice and hot because we're gonna brown the sides of the banana. We're gonna like caramelize it. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay, and with this, while it's sitting, just make sure you stir it, make sure it's not sticking on the bottom, show it some love, pay some attention. And sometimes the chia seeds absorb some of this liquid, and so if you notice that, 5 minutes in, you're already getting that steel cut oats and chia have already absorbed the liquid, just grab a little bit of water and just dash some in there. It's totally fine. All right, so now we're gonna put the bananas down. And these, honestly, you're gonna let them sit for, about 30 seconds or so. You can already tell the pan is nice and hot. That cast iron is really good at keeping the heat. If you're using another type of pan, sometimes it will take a little bit longer. But you can always just, give it a little check. You definitely want it you want it golden on the bottom here. I also love to just do a little dash of cinnamon on the bananas because I personally just love cinnamon. And your whole house is just gonna smell magical because you've kind of got that stewed oats going, and now you're cooking these bananas in the coconut oil. It's amazing. You can see we've got that beautiful golden crust around the bananas. That's exactly what we want. Second side is not gonna take as long because the pan's already getting hotter and hotter. So at this point, honestly, just turn off that stove. Cast iron's gonna keep the heat, or your pan will retain that heat. You can just let it sit for another 30 seconds or so. All right, so you can see the consistency, the oats are ready, the chia seeds, it's perfect. So we're gonna take this off. Pour some in here. Remember, this is such a beautiful dish. I love to make sure it looks beautiful whenever I'm serving it as well. You can see these bananas, oh my gosh, they're just perfect. They're golden, they're great. Pour some of that coconut oil. This is flavored with that great banana. Just throw that in there, here. Perfect. And let's top it with some blueberries. So I'm just gonna grab these fresh blueberries, just grab a handful here, just sprinkle those on there. Now with the dates and the banana, I don't add any sweetener to it, but if you want to, you can always add fresh honey. I love to add some raw honey, or you can do raw turbinado sugar, agave syrup, but just try it out, see how you like it. If you're looking for more protein, if you have, a really active morning, another great thing to do is just add a scoop of almond butter or something like that. That will go really well with this, but this is gonna be delicious, so. See this bite in here? We have that golden banana, a fresh blueberry. You've got this stewed curried oats. All right.